Rockets an act of loyalty and pride for Tilman Fertitta. Houston, they know this isn't the NBA Finals, even if it might feel like it inside this Toyota Center owner's suite at halftime. It's mid-January, smack dab in the middle of the Houston Rockets' rollicking regular season where James Harden, Chris Paul and company have convinced the masses that they're for real. Yet in this jam-packed space that has become Tilman Fertitta's second home, where the 59-year-old Galveston native with a reported wealth of $4.3 billion paid a record $2.2 billion to buy the Rockets from Leigh Alexander in early September, you'd never know this was one of 82. Fertitta is surrounded by everyone from his family to sports legends to music stars Slim Thug and DJ Kaskade. The defending champion Golden State Warriors are in town, and they're losing at halftime in the kind of way that reminds you they're not invincible after all. The suite, which features a bar, a family room, a separate guest area and a glass wall where fans walk by and gawk at the high society scene, is buzzing. Fertitta is no stranger to entertaining, what with a restaurant empire and casino ventures serving as his financial foundation and his billion-dollar buyer show on CNBC now in its third season. So he makes the rounds with his wife, Paige, socializing like they used to more than 30 years ago when Rockets games were a routine part of their dating life and before their 4 kids came along. Wine and snacks are served. This Rockets lifestyle, the same one Fertitta tried to buy into in 1993 when his bid of $81 million fell just $4 million short of Alexander's winning bid, was worth the wait. Love at first whistle. Married NBA referees balance love and basketball NBA MVP rankings. Is DeMar DeRozan a legitimate candidate? Post-trade deadline power rankings. New look Cavs on the rise. Jazz keep winning after Rockets GM Daryl Morey makes his way through the who's who of Texas sports crowd. Football stars Ezekiel Elliott, Andre Johnson, Vince Young, Rockets legends Hakeem Olajuwon and Elvin Hayes. He joins Fertitta and Rockets CEO Tad Brown in the center of it all and shares more good news about their esports team, Clutch City Gaming. Even the video gamers had a banner day at the office, beating the Warriors esports team, the Golden Guardians. Well, we're just winners today, Fertitta yells with that Texas twang. Hours later, their dismantling of the actual Warriors complete. Fertitta is high-fiving fans on the floor on his way out. Weeks later, the Rockets are heading into the All-Star break as worthy adversaries to the Warriors. So far, as he's learned, this massive purchase had led to a whole lot of fun. We had a great owner in Leigh, and to pass the ball to Tilman, you cannot give it to anybody better, Olajuwon said. As a hometown person, in Houston, with the history, it's an ideal situation. He's the ideal buyer. He's a winner, and he has to make his own impact. And you can see that, already. Everything is there's a lot of excitement. When Fertitta first heard that the team was his, that the combination of his $100 million down payment along with a promise to close before the season started meant he beat out several other suitors who offered more than $2 billion, the emotions overtook him. He was standing on his boat in Marina del Rey, surrounded by the gorgeous Southern California coast while filming the latest episode of his television show and well aware of the unfortunate irony. Back in Houston, where Fertitta had long been lauded for his philanthropy, the city had been decimated by Hurricane Harvey. When Houston was sinking, my whole business team was at the office working on this deal, and we truly did the deal that weekend, said Fertitta, who had been a limited Rockets partner since 1982. We postponed the announcement a week because they deemed it appropriate. It was a happy moment for all of us, but it was during a tough time. I feel like I'm very fortunate. So many good things have happened in my life. Great family. Great business. And if I were to close my eyes, I would have said, the only thing I probably didn't accomplish in life that I ever wanted to do was to own a sports team in my hometown. And so this has been a great joy. As rich folks go, Fertitta is as relatable as they come. He's a life of the party type of friendly, somehow managing to make the F word seem charming. You were at one of my restaurants, and I was there, and you didn't say hello? Expletive, you, he said with a smile when we first met in person after both dining at one of his steakhouses the night before. And to hear him describe what led to this purchase is to learn about his priorities. Before the deal was done, Fertitta wanted to make sure that his entire family was, well, invested in this endeavor. So they sat around the dinner table in their Houston home, with Tilman, Paige, Blake, 18 years old, Blaine, 20, Patrick, 23, and Michael, 25, discussing the prospect of going all in on the Rockets and what that might mean. You could go buy more casinos, or, you could expand your business empire, Brown recalled Fertitta telling him. You could do all these different things, and to a person they all said they wanted the Rockets, because they've loved it. So when he told me this story, it's just full circle. All of which supersedes the experience of cutting that enormous check. NBA Rookie Power Rankings, Utah's Donovan Mitchell taking the league by storm. Spurs coach Greg Popovich, we live in a racist country. Nearly a quarter-century after Fertitta lost out to Alexander, he found himself paying more than 26 times the winning amount from 1993. If only Alexander had decided to sell a little sooner. The price tag for NBA franchises has skyrocketed in recent years, in large part because of the 9-year, $24 billion television deal with ESPN and Turner that began in February 2016 and left the league flush with unprecedented cash. To wit, it was less than 8 years ago, in July of 2010, that Joel Lacob and Peter Guber bought the Golden State Warriors for a then-league record $450 million. Eclipsing the Phoenix Suns' record of $401 million from 2004 and sparking widespread criticism that they had paid too much. The NBA didn't become a billionaire's ball until April of 2014, when former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer paid $2 billion for the Clippers after Donald Sterling's forced exit. Everyone in league circles knew the massive TV deal was coming by then, and so this became a costly risk worth taking. Fertitta's record price was eclipsed in October, when Alibaba co-founder Joseph Tsai bought 49% of the Brooklyn Nets at a valuation of $2.3 billion. According to ESPN, he has an option to acquire controlling interest in 2021. We were hell-bent that we weren't going to lose the bidding this time, Fertitta said. But you can't make somebody sell something to you if they don't want to sell it. But all we could do is shoot every bullet we could, and I think Tad, we did, a lot more than anybody else. But did Fertitta, whose team plays in the NBA's 8th largest media market, pay too much? Truth be told, he doesn't care. Do I think I overpaid? Only time tells, he said. I sure didn't underpay. But you know what, if we look in 5 to 10 years, and the team is worth $3 billion, which I think it will be, it would have been a great deal. And the joy that it's given me and my family that's an awful lot. We're just happy to be a part of the game. Somebody could offer me $1 billion more today than what I paid for the team, and it wouldn't even move me. It's not always just about money. It's about what you enjoy doing in life. The Rockets, strange as it sounds, are nothing more than a pricey hobby for Fertitta. At least when it comes to his daily routine. He's still living the same jet-setting lifestyle, flying to various locations to meet entrepreneurs on billion-dollar buyer who are hoping he'll help their business get to the next level. He's still spending almost all of his time managing his restaurant and casino ventures, all while watching the clock in anticipation as the next Rockets game draws near. Everything is the same for me, because I have 65,000 employees that I manage from one office and I have 200 Rockets employees that I manage from this office, Fertitta said. That ought to tell you how much time it takes over there and how much time it takes over here. I have great managers in all my organizations, but I don't coach basketball. Somebody asked me, am I ever going to office up here, and I said, what would I do? I would be lost. I'm running an animal over there. This is a little cub over here. But, this is more fun. I own 600 restaurants and 5 casinos, and everything is a lot of fun. But there's something about sports. This is a sports world. We live in America, and there's a huge part of every population in America, where, this is what they get up and they think about every day, is their home sports teams. I just love owning them. My family loves owning the Houston Rockets. We would never trade this. Follow USA Today Sports Sam Amick on Twitter.